What's up, y'all? It's day 14 of my 1K a day series. We up 14K. Today was Friday, so it's a heavy lifting day. So the way I structure my workout on Fridays is this. I do the same lifts as I do on Monday, but Monday I do 5-3-1 on my lifts, and Fridays I just do 3-2-1. So I'll do like a warm-up set and then another warm-up set, but then I'll go straight to 3-2-1, because the goal here is just to keep heavy weight moving fast, right? Like, again, I'm not trying to be Superman in the gym, but for sprinting, you do in fact need to be able to lift heavy. I don't need to, be in that, I forget even what it's called, like that threshold of 8 to 12 reps. I don't have to do that. Like, my muscle conditioning and toning is done on the track, what I do out there. What I mainly am doing in the gym is just literally making sure I can stay strong and everything. Like, I'm not trying to get weak, because being out on the track for a while, it does low-key make you weaker. It's almost like, it doesn't, like, for a regular person got up and they didn't exercise. Like, a regular man did not exercise at all, and they started sprinting, they would actually be stronger. But if somebody who lifts regularly just started running and, cut one day out of the gym, so instead of lifting 4 days a week, they sprinted 1 day a week, and or they sprinted and then they lifted 3 days a week, they're 100% gonna get weaker, just because like sprinting does take a lot out of you, and it's just like a full body thing, and it's just a bit of, it's sprinting, it's cardio involved. But Fridays are my heavy lifting days, and so again, what I did today was bench press, something light, like I just did 225 for 3, 250 for 2, and then 275 for 1. Early in the week I actually did 285 for my 5-3-1, but today I just wanted to make sure I could get the weight, because I'm still focusing more on form. This is only week 2 of this like 100 week plan. So technically it's week 1. I was like really working around it and kind of getting in my head last week, but this is really the first week of me doing it. And it's my 3rd time bench pressing in probably the last year, you know what I mean? So it's just getting comfortable on the bench press. I'm not really trying to, over push it, because I'm sure I could actually still get like 305 or whatever, but I just want to make sure that my form is correct and that like I'm breathing properly. So I'm kind of taking it a little bit slower and like analyzing while I'm pushing, just to make sure that everything's okay. Form wise, then I went to front squat. I'm still not getting depth, but it doesn't really matter too much, because a lot of sprinters do like quarter squats, but I would like to get around parallel, just to really, again, get I think the adductors they're called, just the inside of the hips, just working and firing correctly, because I really just want that front squat movement to almost just be like all hip power. And you can just feel it when your hips are leading you, versus like you're squatting and your hips are kind of just like catching it. Like literally you're kind of going down and your hips are catching at the bottom, versus your hips are like popping back and popping up, popping down, popping up. And that's what I'm looking for, because that squat, in my head, when I do that lift, I'm thinking of acceleration. I'm thinking of like getting out of the blocks, and how my hips are back and they're up when the guy says set, and then when he pops them off, I want my hips to fling forward. And that's kind of what I try to mimic in my front squat, but it's not there yet. But again, it's week 1. Who expects to be there on week 1? Certainly not me. But right after the front squat, I go into hang clean, and I did 3-2-1 of that, literally light, like 155, 185, and 205. That 155 moved really good. Like after the front squat, it kind of loosened up the hips a bit, and like it just popped up, pop, and I was like, that's the pop I need. At 205, kind of I muscled it up because I was a little bit scared, getting up to that 200 range. I mean, I could, dude, back in high school, I was hang cleaning 275, so I'm definitely gonna get that up, and that's probably gonna shoot up within the first 10 weeks. But right now it's at 205, and 205 isn't moving like I want, like 155 moves. And I know for a fact 205, I have the strength in my body to move 205 like that. So it's just more of a form, technique, and comfortability thing, which I'm just gonna keep on hammering on Mondays and Fridays. And I really hammer that in the warm-up set. Like I'll do like 5 to 7 reps warm-up and really just try to move that bar fast and controlled. I think I need to mix it up and maybe do one warm-up set fast and then one warm-up set really slow, and just make sure that everything is going at the same time, and take a deep breath and breathe into it. Because that's what I'm really trying to focus on in the gym right now, is my breath control. I'm just like kind of going. I'm getting out of breath sometimes, and I'm not too much of a fan of that. But after hang clean, I got into push press, and push press is, I'm not upping the weight on push press for a couple weeks. I'm only just doing 95 pounds and just getting form right, and just trying to feel it all the way through my spine, and try to just like push from the glutes, just push from the glutes and the hips up, and just try to get really rhythmic with it. That's like my thing, because push press wasn't something I really did in high school or college, so that's more of a newer lift. I'm not going to add weight before I actually know exactly how I can do, how I feel doing this lift at a high and like at an elite level. So I'm gonna keep the weight low, and eventually that muscle memory is gonna build up. And the way my body works, it does figure out the path of least resistance and the most optimal path to move the bar straight above my head. So eventually, if I keep doing this low weight, my body's going to get better and better at optimizing that lift. And I'll just know, like, that's how lifting works for me. Like one day I'll just be like, wow, like I'm really good at this. So hopefully, you know, I got months until that happens. But the next lift I did was hang snatch. That is also a new lift. I was not doing that in high school or college. That was programmed. Shout out to all my guys that went to Conley. We used to have snatch programmed, and I would just skip it with the boys. I would not be snatching at all, just because, like, bro, my shoulders were so bulky because of the way that I bench press. And like, I don't know, playing football in high school, like I didn't move my shoulders as much. Like my shoulders were like hunched over, like tight. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna throw 165, 170 above my head, bro. Like I'm gonna throw out my shoulder. I'm not doing that. So I would always skip it. And to me and some of the boys would also skip it. So I'm taking it low weight there. I'm still at 95 pounds, and I'm just making sure that I'm really feeling the hip, drive it up, and trying to get it above my head. But even that range of motion, I don't think it's there yet. It's definitely not snappy, not poppy. So I keep it at 95 where it's not harming me at all. And just working day by day, breaking it down until I get that form right. That'll probably take me longer than push press, to be honest. That'll be my longest lift, that hang snatch, trying to get that right. And then after that, I did auxiliaries. I did, what was it? I did some lateral raises. I did the calf machine, standing calf, but the way I do standing calf is I jump into it. So I kind of boom, boom, did that. And then I also did leg extensions, sets of 2 sets of 5. So just, again, low reps, just higher weight, and just getting that in there, just getting that feeling in my legs. Then leg curls, seated leg curls, same thing, 2 sets of 5. And then I did horizontal, like seated, like instead of like laying back all the way leg press, but like seated up, and your legs are like right in front of you leg press. and I did that 2 sets of 5, and I really like get it tight. Like I set that machine as close as possible, just because I can feel like my lower abdomen and my glutes have to just like push from that position. Very uncomfortable, and I feel like it's more of a weak position for me, but those are some of the strongest muscles I have in my body, and I need to make sure that they're firing properly. And then after that, did a cool down, got on the treadmill. Well, I did abs after that, but then I did a cool down on the treadmill for like 2 minutes where I just did strides, trying to focus on opening my hands up, man. That's a big thing. Literally just trying to, because right now my hands want to like do this number when I'm running, and they kind of want to like, I don't even like wither up a little bit, instead of just like being big and having blood flow through them. And when I make my hands big, my balance goes off, because I feel like my thumb isn't getting blood flow properly, or isn't used to really being active in it. So it's nice to be able to know that for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, really, because I go to the gym those days, that I can get, 2 to 3 minutes a day, just focus on hands and making sure my knees are up at a very slow tempo pace. And I put the treadmill on 15 elevation, so it is on basically a 45-degree incline while I'm doing this, just for some longer ground contact times, and so I can really focus and nail down this form. But yeah, that's it for today, man. I'm tired. It's supposed to snow really bad this weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to get to the track on my week 1 of my 100-week plan, which sucks, man. But this is all right. Like week 1 in the gym where the heavy lifting was done well. I'm not gonna go ahead and try to risk it and try to make it 30 minutes because it's a 30-minute drive for me to get to the track, and then I gotta figure out how to get ice and snow out of. I'm not doing all that. That's just, I think that's more trouble than what it's worth in week 1. So what I'll do is I'll just take this weekend to recover from what I've done in this week, and just continue back in week 2. I don't know if I'll be shooting a video tomorrow. I mean, I might, or I might just like shoot 3 on Monday, who knows, or maybe I shoot 2 on Sunday. But yeah, it's supposed to be a real bad snowstorm tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for today.